So thank you very much for joining us. This evening I have the three Train2Game panelists here. There's myself, I'm Clive Robert, the CEO of DR Studios. And we have Tony Bickley, who's the course director, and we of course have Richard Wilson, who's the CEO of TIGA. I think first I'd like to ask Richard just to give us a little bit of a top line on TIGA and the relationship between TIGA and Train2Game, and a little bit about TIGA as well.
Sure. I'm Richard Wilson, I'm the CEO of TIGA. TIGA is the trade association representing the UK games industry. TIGA has around 140 member organisations. We have game developers amongst the membership, publisher-owned studios, universities and technology businesses. Our vision is to make the UK the best place in the world to do games business, and to that end we focus on three key activities. We work to engage with government and politicians, both in Westminster and the Parliament in Scotland, to encourage politicians to create an environment which is conducive to the success of the UK video game sector. We also work to raise the media profile of video games businesses and of the industry generally. And thirdly, we work to develop services and benefits that help to make games businesses even more successful in the United Kingdom and abroad. Excellent. We've been working very hard over the last 2 years to try and persuade the government to introduce a games tax relief. We're meeting with ministers, we're meeting with MPs, and working very hard to make sure we have a tax environment that help our businesses grow.
Okay, thank you very much. And Tony, we have the course director from DR Studios. He's going to talk a little bit about his role here.
As Clive said, my name is Tony Bickley. I'm from Train2Game. I'm the course director, and I'm responsible for all of the Train2Game courses, art, design, development, and I've been responsible for the initial design, implementation, and all future development of these courses.
Excellent, thank you for that. So the plan this evening is that we're going to take a few questions that are being sent in by various people who are watching the online presentation, and some questions from people who will have emailed us already. So the first question that we've got, it's basically a little bit about talking about the courses. Tony, can you tell us a little bit about the training courses themselves and the courses that we currently offer?
We're doing 3 courses, an art course which goes live within the next month. It's the end of March, and we are doing a developer course and design course. The design course is very much built around how to enter the industry as a computer games designer, broken down into 4 sections. There's an introduction section, very much about introducing the students into what they need to be a computer designer, what the game industry is about, how computer games are actually built. And then we have 3 subsequent sections. We have section 1, which is where we tell the students all the facts behind what they need to know as a designer. And then as we go into section 2, they start to build an active portfolio, and we take them through some of the techniques and some of the tricks that they need to learn. And finally, before we go into section 3, which is where we learn to optimize and do advanced techniques. And this is really where they start to put their portfolios together. They move into high concept work, games design documents, pitch documents, and all the things that we would be looking for a games designer to do.
Right.
Within the computer developer course, the programming course, we have the same sort of course structure where we build upon previous lessons all the way through the course. And again, we have an introduction section. What is a programmer? How does he work within the computer games industry? What is a computer game, the stories of? And then we have the section 1, section 2, section 3. Section 1 is where we teach them what about C++, because the programming course is based around C++, the programming language. Section 2, we introduce them into the practicalities of developing their first game. And by the end of section 2, they will complete their first game based on a game engine that we supply them, and art assets that we supply, before moving into section 3, where they look to optimize that code, do advanced programming techniques, and move much more into the 3D world.
And sorry, I believe there's another course being launched actually as well, the art course. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Yep, the art course we're very excited about at the moment. Again, it works on the same course structure. We introduce them into the tools that they need to be a digital artist, where we're looking to build up a portfolio using 3D Max, one of the industry standard tool sets, and Photoshop. We teach them everything they need to know from being a concept artist through to a 3D digital art and animator, using models, characters, environmental artists, and forwarding in the characters.
Excellent, thank you. And Richard, can you tell us a little bit about your involvement with Train2Game and the relationship between Train2Game and TIGA and how that's managed? Specifically, one of the things I think a lot of people are interested in, some of the questions we've received about the exam committee and how Train2Game managed the quality of the course.
A number of things worth emphasising here. One of the reasons why TIGA is involved with Train2Game is because the games industry is suffering from skill shortages.
Right.
Our research shows that in 2008, 63% of game developing businesses were suffering from skill shortages. They're short of programmers, short of designers, also project managers as well. And one of the key shortages has been in programming. So one of the good things about the Train2Game courses or approach is, of course, we're taking a direct step to try and ameliorate those skill shortages. TIGA's been working with Train2Game to ensure the content of the course is strong. We've established a TIGA examinations committee. The examinations committee includes people from some of the key studios in the United Kingdom. And we've also appointed 2 education advisors, one from Bedfordshire University and one from Portsmouth University, to help to ensure that the curriculum and the examinations meet accepted standards of performance.
Excellent. I believe we have a bit of a technical problem here as well. So talking of skills shortages in the UK, we have a technical problem with our laptop, so we're actually going to get the questions brought into us by our lovely assistant Justine here. So, another question. There's a statement on your website talking about benchmarking. Can you tell us a little bit about the benchmarking? Is that a question probably for Tony, or?
I'm very happy to chip in there, and Tony, if you want to add, please do. But essentially, it seemed to me it was very important that we benchmark the Train2Game courses against other existing qualifications. So we engaged with our 2 education advisors, Professor Carsten Maple from Bedfordshire University, Mark Arles from Portsmouth University. They've been carrying out a benchmarking exercise of the Train2Game courses against university courses, and I believe we're going to make an announcement very soon about those. But I suppose the important point to emphasise at this moment in time is that we take the quality of the courses very, very seriously, and we want to give as much information as possible to students, and that's why we've been carrying out a benchmarking exercise. Tony, do you want to add anything to that?
Other than the fact, no, that's a great answer. All I'd like to ask is, to mention, is the fact that we've also been working with other external studios, leading studios from the industry, and we've been bringing their wishes, their thoughts into the course. So it really is an industry, courses that supply the needs of the industry.
Okay, thank you. I've got another question here. This is a question that is coming from a chap called Tom. There's information on the internet about Train2Game and the course being a scam. I think that's a question I'll take. And you guys feel free to sort of chuck in there. The course itself is entirely legitimate. We've actually been working on the course as DR Studios for over 2 years now. We set up the 3. Thank you for that. We set up the 3 course structures about 1.5 years ago, and have been working diligently towards actually producing those courses and getting them into the market. The courses themselves have been launched to incredible critical acclaim. We have now over 1,800 students studying with us. We have a 1 in 15 acceptance rate, which is really quite surprising for the quantity of candidates that we've actually had applied to the course. So the statement is, of course, legitimate. It really entirely is. I don't know whether you chaps want to add anything to that.
I'm happy to add, actually. Simply the fact that we work to maintain the quality of the courses by having our education advisors, the fact we've got respect academics from Bedfordshire University, Portsmouth University, putting their name to this process, the fact that TIGA is backing the courses is important. As I say, we represent the UK games industry. We believe it's very important to offer good quality courses to students, and that's what the Train2Game courses are all about.
Excellent.
The only thing I would add is what I added before. We have been working with some of the top studios from the industry on course content, on the exam structure within the courses, and we're very, very pleased with the feedback that we've been receiving.